So today we are privileged to hear from Fran Ward. Fran is an active chapel member, artist, and novelist. She has been a chapel member since May 29, 2005. She has served as a speaker, a teacher, a board member, and is a past president of the board. Fran is an avid supporter of the arts and culture in Hampton Roads area and has traveled to many other countries to present her art and teachings. She lectures on the arts and participates in cultural and spiritual exchanges while pursuing her own metaphysical path. She has authored the novels Travels with Ellen and Beyond the Drawbridge, and can best be described as written in the latest review of Travels with Ellen. Her life reads like a fairy tale. It really does. Fran's story is about empowerment and self-expression. There are elements of the magical and mystical woven right into the story. It is a masterpiece that is not often seen in adventure fairy tales. Fran shares what she has learned from the different spiritual practices and cultural exchanges as she's encountered during her travels. So please join us as she shares her insights. Thank you, Fran. Thank you for speaking today.
Thank you, Jenny, for the great meditation and beautiful introduction. I'm Fran Walsh Ward, and today's topic is to be or not to be. To be or not to be, that is the question. You might recognize that line. It's the most widely known in English literature from the most frequently performed play around the world. Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, a tragedy in 5 acts, was written by William Shakespeare about 1600. It has been calculated that a performance of Hamlet begins somewhere in the world every minute of every day. The play is still relevant and current. In fact, the storyline of Disney's The Lion King is based on it. What's so meaningful about to be or not to be? Shakespeare got it right. He didn't have Hamlet ask to do or not to do. That is not the question. Doing requires action. Being requires as much action as being a bump on a log. Life is all about being, not doing. Being is the natural state of just plain old existing. For Hamlet's first option, to be, there's nothing to it. Breathe and you're being. But stop breathing and you've reached Hamlet's next option, or not to be. To be or not to be? Yes, Hamlet was questioning whether he should live or die, but he was crazy, or pretended to be. Let's break it down as it pertains to us. When you stop being, you're toast. Here's another thought to consider. When you stop being you, you're toast. Another great line in Hamlet is, "This above all, to thine own self be true." That line is not from the Bible, but some people think it is. Society preaches some innocent phrases. Be true to yourself, and you be you. They both communicate the same philosophy. You should unapologetically be whoever you want, because that's the path to freedom. What does it mean to be true to yourself? It means to act in a way that agrees with your beliefs or values. It sounds easy enough, but sometimes you can lose your way and not remember what your values are, or who you are, or recognize who you have become. That's when unsolicited observations come pouring in with, "Just who do you think you are? That's not like you. I don't know who you are anymore." And the most hated, "I know you better than you know yourself." They might be valid observations of a version of you. People might be thinking of who they remember you used to be, but you have the right and the obligation to be who you are now. In the dog world, breeders will say a puppy has not grown into its skin yet, as they lift up a critter and demonstrate room to spare under its thick coat. You might not have grown into your skin yet. One of the principles of the Metaphysical Chapel is, we believe that soul growth and development is the purpose of life. You can't have growth without change. Another principle is, we believe that each individual is responsible for his or her progression here and hereafter. Here means now. We are responsible for our own progress. Opinions of others shouldn't matter to us, as loud and persistent and authoritative as they sound. Once you are an adult, you're in charge of you, who you are, and who you become, anytime you wish. I'd like to give an example of someone being herself. Spoiler alert, change is involved. My friend Trini, her real name, I have her permission to tell you about her, has gone through several metamorphoses. She was in her mother's tummy, not born yet, when the helicopters airlifted and evacuated 7,000 Vietnamese from Saigon during the last days of the Vietnam War, April 1975. She was a refugee. In America, she became a citizen, a mother, a successful businesswoman. And 2 days ago, she had her head shaved, not as a political or fashion statement, or for medical reasons, but to follow a Buddhist path wherever that takes her. Trini has always been her own person. In the words of the noted philosopher Cyndi Lauper, Trini has shown her true colors. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful like a rainbow. Don't be discouraged. It's hard to take courage. In a world full of people, you can lose sight of it all. Don't be unhappy. It's not easy to change, but suck it up and do it. And once you've made up your mind to be a new you, be happy about it. Here are the words in agreement by philosopher Robert McFerrin. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. In every life, we have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry, be happy. Lyrics by Cyndi Lauper and Bobby McFerrin are echoed in biblical advice to take courage and to be happy. Here are 5 short one-liner quotes from the Bible. Notice that all the advice is about being, not doing. Romans 12:15. Be happy with those who are happy and cry with those who are crying. And 4 more. Romans 12:12. Be happy in your hope. Stand your ground when you're in trouble and devote yourselves to prayer. Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. And 1 Corinthians 16:13. Be on your guard. Stand firm in the faith. Be courageous. Be strong. The last one. Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. To be or not to be? You know the answer. Be you. Show your true colors. Be who you are. Become who you will be and be happy. Thank you.